All right, guys. Here we go again. This is Emmett Stallworth, the Alpha Builder. Guys, today is the 24th. This is Christmas Eve. Christmas is tomorrow. And builders hate holidays, i.e. Christmas. Well, why do builders hate holidays, guys? I'm going to kind of get into this right here. And guys, I'll be honest with you. When I was, when my kids were little, mushroom coffee, teacher. When my kids were little, when they was enjoying the Christmas time, my kids are pretty much grown. I got one that's 16, but my other kids they're all grown up, adults. But when they were little, 4 or 5 years old, when Christmas meant the most to all of us, every time I walked in the room, they would sing that song. He's the mean one. That was my son. That was the song that they gave to me. And the reason they gave it to me is because, guys, as a builder, when the holiday seasons come, I can't get anything done. No one wants to work. People are taking holidays. Guys, if you got to go to the municipality, to the government, do anything they got to do with the government, man, those guys are going to be off. I mean, they take off anyway. You could just go to them at any random. They take they're getting to the point now where people are starting taking whole weeks off of their birthday. Birthday is one day. They take a whole week off to celebrate their birthday every day. I don't know where this stuff is coming from. Now they starting to do a whole month. After a while, they'll be doing a whole year for your birthday. I mean, you can't get anything done. And guys, most of the people that's working today, that's actually doing the handiwork, actually getting out there in the trenches and actually doing the labor, is going to be your Hispanic guys. And a lot of them were on my side. They're becoming Americanized. This American culture is, guys, something, man, I'm starting to think that there was a psyops job done on us, because all of us think the same way. We don't want to work. We want money, but we don't want to work for it. It's bad. So most builders, man, when you deal with builders, man, I can't get anything done because, guys, I make my money based on interest. Well, getting it done, getting it completed, not having interest payments continue to pile up, because interest payments, which time affects interest. Because the more time you out there, the more interest you're going to pay, especially if you're doing a spec. It doesn't matter. You can do a spec or you can do a custom job where the people had to go get a loan from the bank. They're going to pay interest on it. So that time that you're sitting there is going to cost them more money. It's going to cost me more money because I got to supervise it more because I can't get it done. And guys, a lot of homeowners think that I kind of like sitting around here, not finishing. I had a homeowner thought I was not finishing on purpose. Well, the reason I slowed down is because he wasn't paying. Well, that happens too. But guys, we hate holidays. We can't get anything done. Bank shut down. It's hard, man. It really affects the natural flow of business, guys. I know, and I'm starting to realize something too, guys. I'm starting to realize, I used to look at this, so the Grinch was one thing. I mean, he was just a guy that hated Christmas. They didn't go into why he hated Christmas. But there was another guy, I think there was a movie, not a movie, but there was a story. What was the name of the story? The Scrooge, Mr. Scrooge. I get it now. I understand why Mr. Scrooge felt the way he did. And I was trying to look it up on my phone, but I understand why the Scrooge was a businessman. And he was a cold-hearted businessman. He liked commerce, which, guys, I know, man, I know it sounds kind of crazy that I'm starting to think different as I get older. I love commerce. I love capitalism. I love to be able to go out there and work in the fruits of your labor. You go out here and you do your thing, and the fruits of your labor, of you working, you get paid based on your work. I like that game, guys. It's fun for me. The Scrooge was that way. He was a businessman, man. He liked to see things get done. People look at, some people say that, I'm going to go to the beach for my holiday. I'm going to relax and stuff like that. Guys, to me, a holiday is me actually getting things done. I have a list of items on my board. I got a board here, and I got one here. I got a long-term board over on this side. I got a short-term board, things that need to get done on that side. And guys, what makes me feel really, really good is when that list that I have, I handle that thing that day and I can cross it off and say I'm completed with that. Guys, my life lives through completion. And that's what business, I get it. I get why the Scrooge was the way he was. And, people say, well, you got to get your family members and all that kind of stuff together. The holidays is the time for the guys. In today's time, people don't get together until somebody die. That's just the harsh reality. Family reunion, people don't really see each other until somebody in your family dies. Because what has happened in today's market or in today's environment is that the cost of living is so high. The cost of living and inflation has outpaced your salary. I think it's up to what the cost of living right now is. It increased in the last year or so 22%. Salaries only increased like 19%, which means that things cost more than what your salaries and stuff can handle. I'm going somewhere with this right here, guys. So what's happening is when we used to get together and family used to get together, it was because we wasn't being slaves per se to the system to where we had to work every day in order to maintain our life because we had to pay for things. Living was so much simpler back in the day. But today, things are so much more expensive. People got to work more. Both, if you're in a household and you have a nuclear family with the mom and the dad and the kids, both parents got to go out there and work. They got to go out there and work, and they can't skip a day. And so they're working so much, no one can really get together and enjoy each other like we used to until somebody dies. We had to pay our last respects for that person because we know we're not going to see them again. This is where we are, guys. So family, for the most part, in my opinion, man, that's a thing of the, we get together on the holidays to try to have family, but family don't really meet like that anymore. And I guess I'm making it worse than what it is, guys, but this is the harsh reality of how things are now. So, guys, when you talk to builders, don't get upset that he doesn't share the happiness that you probably share on these holidays that we're having. Because he's sitting in his mind thinking, soon as this right here is over with, soon as tomorrow is over with, I got to get back to work. I got to get this stuff done. I done lost 2 or 3 days. I got to get this done. I got to get things done. I got to get this house built. This is where we are. I just thought I'd do that short one, guys, and make sure I covered everything on my side, guys. I'm trying to keep it in my phone now, but let me just make sure I covered everything. Yeah. But guys, I don't know what we're gonna do. Let me just go on a little different diatribe. I don't know what we want to do. People today, and I was talking. The reason we can't really get anything done is because people are enjoying the holidays. Typically, my Hispanic guys are the ones that's actually out here working today. Well, not working today. They probably not working today. I don't know. They hadn't been quite Americanized like we are. I'm becoming more un-Americanized. But our new generation, I don't know what we're going to do. They don't want to do work, guys. They don't want to, and I get it, man. What's going to end up happening is AIs, once these robots, once they get to the point where AI is really fine-tuned and they get these robots to where they can pick up stuff. They already got robots working in factories now, lifting boxes and doing things that normal people would do. But there's not going to be a place for us. Then they're going to, I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to do the UBI, the Universal Basic Income, and just, pay people to stay at home. Just stay out the way. Don't be in the streets killing and robbing and doing crazy stuff. I think that's what's going to happen. And we're just going to let the robots do it all. Because we have conditioned our new generation to not want to work or to be too expensive. We're talking about the new president that's coming in. He's talking about, hey man, we're going to put tariffs on trade imports that's coming in. Guys, I see that as a good thing, because what you want to do is you want to try to build an industry here. But I think our people are so ruined until they're just not going to want to work. Or the wages that they're going to expect are going to be so high until the product that we're producing here in the United States is going to be too expensive to afford because the corporations are going to have to pay so much on labor. Now, I understand the intent is really good, but I don't know if that's going to work. The outcome that we're going to have is not going to be good, guys. So I can't, like I said, man, we can't get anything done, man, because people just don't want to work anymore. Whether it's holidays, we start with holidays. Holidays is just an excuse not to work. Then eventually it's going to be, I just don't want to work, period. Man, oh man. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe, man. I had to come on here and be the Grinch or the Scrooge of Christmas. I just had to. I couldn't. It is what it is. Guys, you guys have a good one. Have a happy holiday. Thanks. One more thing I'd like to add to this right here. Guys, don't wait until Christmas before you get things that people need. Guys, I never will forget, man, when I was a kid, I had some shoes that was, the sole of the shoes was about to come off. And, at the time, my mom was saying, well, we're going to get him some shoes on Christmas. Guys, don't do that. Just go ahead and get it to them when they need it. My dad actually took me on a side hustle to pick some pecans up. And I saved up enough money from that little hustle that he gave me. And I went and bought me some shoes at the Bill Dollar store. Cougars, never will forget. But guys, that was one thing I used to have a problem with. If I see somebody that needs something, I'm not going to wait to Christmas to get it for them. If they want a bike or something like that, we're not going to wait to Christmas and do it. Get it now. I'll figure out a way to make it happen all throughout the year. Why we got to wait to Christmas, especially when you need it? All right, guys. Enough of my rant.